Hello, humans of the world. This is Marina, and today we will be talking about the secrets of our blind spots. So, I have been trying to create this presentation for a long time and been postponing it. So, I hopefully today it will clarify all the questions that I received from my previous events. So, first of all, what is a blind spot, right? So, usually we think about blind spots in driving when we try to change lanes in our car and then we look in the rear view mirror, and unfortunately we miss this spot right next to our car, which is shown on this picture in pink. And then we try to move the car thinking there is no one near us or behind us, but we see here someone honking, right? And then we realize that we missed them. So it was this particular area near our vehicle that we were not able to see with our normal field of vision. So this is in driving. The second one, in biases and tendency to see ourselves as less biased than other people. For example, oh, I am very fair. I'm a very fair person and I treat everyone equally. However, you may have some preconceived biases about somebody's power or abilities based on their differences from you. And the last one is a blind spot in psychology, and that's what we will focus on today. And we sometimes also don't understand that blind spots in our personal life play a really, really important role, and you will see how. So basically, the definition in psychology is this is a lack of insight or awareness about a specific area of one's behavior or personality, in short. So let's look at some examples. What are those, right? What are blind spots? And I found this interesting article online about even the greatest leaders who show actually some blind spots. So, behaviors. Blind spots could be behaviors. For example, doing or going it alone, being insensitive of your behavior on others, having an I know attitude, avoiding difficult conversations, and blaming others or circumstances. So the most interesting part that yes, blind spots have secrets because there is always there's other kind of bigger reason or explanation or something that the person may not even realize. So for example, they're going alone because they're afraid to ask for help, right? Or they're insensitive of their behavior on others because they're absolutely unaware of how they show up, how they're perceived, right? Having an I know attitude or valuing being right above everything else, avoiding difficult conversations because they don't know how to resolve conflict, blaming others or circumstances, which is basically playing the victim and refusing responsibility. There are other four on the list, and you can take a look at them later. And sometimes even the behavior itself is not clear to the person. And don't you know of friends, or even maybe you were in their shoes when someone tells you you're very impolite or you're arrogant, right? And you have no idea what they're talking about, and you say, "No, it's not true. Where did you get it from?" And the person may say, "Everyone around you knows it. Look, what people see and how you impact by your behaviors, maybe work or friendship." So the main secret of any blind spot is in its full definition. It is a lack of insight, of awareness, often persistent, about a specific area of one's behavior or personality, typically because recognition of one's true feelings and motives would be painful. And let's look why. Why painful, right? In this specific area. Because A, we never learned it. B, even if we learned it, this behavior or area, it was very incorrectly or superficially. And C, maybe we had bad experiences in this area in the past and we don't want to go there. So there are more obviously blind spots, not only work-related, personal life, and in other situations that people may be called and they absolutely disagree. They say, no, I am not like that. You are incorrect, and show me proof, or I don't want to be friends with you anymore. So what's really interesting here is that if you unaware of it, right? You don't even know it exists. It is a blind spot. But if you have this awareness that yes, not one person said something like that to you, or um, you notice there's some kind of discomfort in this area, so you actually know that it's the unknown to you, right? So it is within your circle of awareness, but now you actually know what you don't know, basically. So it's a really good first step. So now, how do we truly find it? What exactly is our blind spot? So we need to play detective here. So the first one, I always recommend start looking at your persisting problem in your life, right? What is the big problem that you have, and maybe that keeps coming back, or you can't really resolve in some way, and work your way back to the beginning of it. Okay, so when was the first time you experienced this problem or behavior, and why? And then now check your emotions when something happened, right? When you first experienced it, um, and also your explanations, your basically mental explanations, what happened, why, and who to blame, right? And how you need to maybe protect yourself from it. So the next step, do you have a belief, right, or fear that stops you from changing the problem? And again, the problem that's persisting in your life. Because if you go back to the first time, you will actually see your explanation, and maybe other times they were similar instances that you explain the same way. And finally, if you don't know the answer, what is the problem, right? What went wrong, and there's what is my belief that's maybe it is an obstacle, right, in me resolving this problem. Then just brainstorm, ask others on what you're missing, and maybe what new behavior or belief you will need to overcome your problems. And let's look at some examples. The first one, I'm forever single and I can't find anyone. The second one, maybe my coworkers are really mean. And another one, children are very ungrateful. So don't shy away from doing more research, and specifically seeing how people who actually excel at this area solve it. What are their solutions? What are their maybe key points, right? What are you really missing? And then when you actually have possible explanations, maybe several possible examples, just start questioning your belief. And let's look at the dating one first. If a person says that I'm just a loser, no one will want to be in a relationship with me, in romantic relationship, and they go back to the first time when maybe their sweetheart broke up with them. So the belief here is maybe I am not good at being in romantic relationships, and I don't deserve it, but we need to question, is it really true, right? Can you absolutely know it's true? And how do you know it? Like all the evidence. And also, when we keep saying this maybe limiting belief to ourselves, how do we react to what happens when you believe that thought, right? And who would you be without that thought if we turn it around? And in this case specifically, we need to kind of question all possible scenarios, right, and explanations, because what if it's not me who is not a good person to be in relationships, right? It just I never learned how to be in a relationship, how to choose a partner, how to maybe speak their language to communicate to them, how to create my own boundaries, right? And what are the actual steps to creating good relationships? What do I want to get out of relationships in my life? And what can I offer to my potential partner? So the idea is that there may be a lot that we don't know, right? And stepping outside of our comfort zone, kind of acknowledging that, yes, there is much more that I don't know in this particular area. It's not that I am bad, right? I'm not a good potential partner. Maybe I'm lacking certain skills, and let's learn more about this subject. So, next step, we need to change this belief, right? And this maybe behavior or lack of proper behavior. Because you see, if we behave according to our old belief, or like a shortcut, if I'm lucky, I'll find a partner, then we will get the same result over and over again. So learn what you need to know, right? Educate yourself and change your behavior accordingly. So I really like this kind of table, which is called stages of competence, and it is about driving a car, right? It all starts with unconscious incompetence. We don't even know what we don't know, and this is what we call blind spot. So next, again, you have this conscious incompetence because now it's the known unknown. Now you know that you don't know how to drive a car. The next step, you learn, right, how to drive a car. Maybe not perfectly, you just start learning. This is conscious competence. And we call this knowledge. And then actually to get to the last step, unconscious competence, when you drive a car and you don't even think about it, this is competence. So how far would you go to get from your blind spot to competence, right? To really improve your life, to stop repeating the same mistakes or keep wondering, what am I doing wrong that I get the same results? So dig deeper. So the last secret, which I think is fascinating, and we don't usually talk about it in our culture, but look at this interesting hand-drawn window, Johari window. Again, this is another interpretation on the blind spot. The thing is this, a blind spot very often is seen by others. However, it's not seen by you, right? Like in that car when you're driving. However, there is another level, which there is an area that is unknown to both you and others. And this is actually called your secret potential. Your potential is hidden where your resistance lies. And when you uncover it, you'll find your treasure chest. So I hope you got something out of this, and uh, go and do some homework on researching your persisting problems and finding your blind spots. Again, engage your friends and maybe frenemies, because they will tell you for sure what your blind spot is. And most importantly, Try to learn what you need to know. I know it's hard, and we're not always in the right place to really start changing our personalities, our behaviors, but every little step counts. Please take a look at the books. I highly recommend all of them, and specifically The Power of Non-Resistance by Eckhart Tolle. And I will see you soon. Bye.